Hey, happy Friday, Cyclone Fanatics. Chris Williams here at Tim Sitzmann's Mr. B's.
Boy, it seems like a long time ago. I haven't seen you for a while, Chris. You got all dressed up for me today.
Sporting the white tee.
He looks good.
It's been a couple weeks. I was actually, Fanatics, I was going to come last Wednesday and woke up to a river right beside my apartment.
And that poor Hilton, I feel really bad for Coach Hoiberg and what's going on for all of those people on the campus. It's a sad day with all that water in that gymnasium, and things will be better when we get to basketball season.
Yep, we're going to keep on fighting. Iowa State is a resilient group.
Absolutely.
They'll keep rolling. Hey, Tim, before we get your picks, we're rolling down the schedule with Tim. We're going to talk about Texas Tech today, Utah coming up on Monday. But you had your tent sale and I guess a bunch of Fanatic stuff in.
We had a great. I'll bet we had 6 to 10 Fanatics come up to me and talk about our show, Chris.
Good.
It was really fun, and not only that, but they bought something. What a deal that was.
That's great.
But I got to tell you, the sale's over. But what a fantastic fall season we're going to have. We got some beautiful things coming in right now. I encourage you to shop early, get some of these things before the sizers are gone, and check us out. I know it's a little warm out there. State Fair is going on here pretty soon and going on for a week or two. Back to school, those things. But you might have occasion or two to come in and see us, and please mention that you listen to us on the Fanatic station, and tell me about it and tell me what you think, because it's good for me to know.
Yeah, well, we're having a good time doing it. All right, Tim, you have Iowa State starting off the season 3-1.
3-1 right now.
One loss. You have them losing to the Hawks.
Yes, I do.
In Iowa City. Now, the next two games we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about Texas Tech, and on Monday we're going to talk about Utah. I think these are the swing games on Iowa State's schedule. I think Iowa State has to win one of these two football games in order to get to a bowl game.
I would agree. Texas
Tech comes into town with a new head coach, and Tommy Tuberville takes the helm. I'll give you my opinion here, and then we'll see what your pick is.
Okay.
You do not replace Mike Leach.
Nope.
It's impossible.
Right.
You can't replace him. But Texas Tech, as far as returning talent, they might be the most talented team they've had in 10 years. And Mike Leach is even quoted saying that.
A lot of talent there.
They're loaded. What are they going to do with them? We don't know that right now. That's what makes it so difficult to pick this game. If they come in and try and throw the spread offense, that could be difficult without Leach's brain. What are they going to do? You would imagine them to throw with the quality quarterbacks and receivers they have. I just don't know. Yeah. I'm interested to see what you think about this one.
If you go back to Auburn's style of ball a few years back when Tuberville was there, it was kind of a very, very strong defense and a lot of great running backs. Kind of a, I don't want to say a Big Ten, but really a Southeast Conference, really tough kind of football. And I don't think that we're going to see that kind of football from him this year. I think they're going to be a Leach kind of football team. That's just my prediction. I haven't read that much about it, but I think they got too much talent that's geared that way. And I know you Fanatics are going to be crazy. I pick the Clones to lose again.
You pick that's not crazy.
I have them down by about 10 points in this ball game. I think the offense is way too much talent on their side. And it'll be interesting when I say Monday, but I do agree with you 100% that these two games are crucial for any kind of bowl bid for this year.
I don't think you're crazy. All you have to do is look at Iowa State's record against Big 12 South opponents, not named Baylor, and it's pretty easy to see they struggle against these teams.
Right.
I'm not going to make my official picks yet.
No, I know. You were holding off.
I'm gonna do that the week of the season.
You're letting me put my neck out there.
Yeah, well, and then you're going to see all my picks down on paper in one column.
Good.
To be honest with you, I think Iowa State has a better shot. This is crazy because it's kind of going against history. I actually think I like their chances against Texas Tech better than Utah, which is gutting against the grain because most people are saying the exact opposite. I think that might be. A lot of people are.
You're kind of giving my Monday away.
Well, and that's fine. We can talk about that on Monday. I think that Texas Tech is going to have more problems than what most people think, and it just comes back to Leach. I know they have talent, but he's just a guy you can't replace.
I agree.
Sure, I mean, down the road, 10 years down the road, maybe you won't feel that he's gone, but in 1 year, with all these guys he recruited, I just find it hard to believe because, Tim, every day on campus you're going to have those people, a lot like we saw with Larry Eustace, who are still ticked off that he got ran out of town. It's a lot of distractions right there. And I'm not sold on Texas Tech. Their talent's unbelievable. They have two great quarterbacks who could start about anywhere in the country. I think this is a game, if I'm Paul Rhodes, and I got to circle one upset on my calendar. This is the one it's got to be, I think, if I'm Iowa State. So I'm not picking Iowa State to win this one yet because I'm not letting my picks out. But, when that first Monday of the season comes around, you just might see a W.
Well, let's clear it all up. I wish we could run the table and be undefeated for all you fanatic fans out there, but we have to be realistic. And I think we're seeing a very talented from here on in. From this 3-1 mark, we're going to see the chin strap's going to have to be tighter, and we're going to have to see some evolution of those defensive linebackers. And our team has got to improve by this point of the season. And I think this may be a crucial game. Could go either way. I just think there's too much talent on that team, even with a coach, but he has some experience in coaching, obviously. We know Tuberville's been around, and I think he can put them together enough to give them a victory at Jack Trice, but it could go either way, and I agree with you.
Well, Tim, you've got them at 3-2
right
after the first 5 games, which is halfway to a bowl game.
Right.
With over half the schedule left, so you got them.
They're
fine, and I think Iowa State absolutely must be 3-1 going into that football game if they're going to stand any chance at a bowl game.
I agree.
So you got them in a good spot right now. Nobody's going to be upset.
And I truly feel that 3-1 is pretty solid. This is turning point of the season right now. So I agree with you. This is when the season starts. We got to have a couple upsets to really have a great season.
You got to sweep the Kansas schools. You got to beat either Tech or Utah. Everything else will fall into place. That's how I'm looking at this season.
I would agree.
Tim, we'll talk to you on Monday. Anything else you want to tell them about Mr. Beast today?
Just come in and see us in the beautiful city of Clive at 1995 Northwest 86, and maybe we can talk him into a new shirt. Who knows?
All right, so I won't show up in T-shirts anymore. Thanks, Tim. We appreciate it.
Been fun.
We'll be back on Monday morning. We're going to talk about the Utah Utes who are coming into Ames here at Mr. B's today, 1995 Northwest 86th Street in beautiful Clive, Iowa.